All right, so now we're going to look at the big section here. Criterion B, your investigation, right? What we would think of as the research paper. And again, let's go down to the top mark band, right? This is where we should be aiming for. So the things that you're being graded on here, first off, the investigation is clear, coherent, and effectively organized. So things you want to think about. Does your paper have a clear order of things? Is each paragraph centered around a particular topic? Does every paragraph in section 2 go back to answering the research question? If you have a paragraph in there that doesn't help answer that question, does it belong there? Second part, investigation contains well-developed critical analysis that is focused clearly on the stated question. Right? You need to have analysis. That is a really big part of this. If you're struggling with putting in analysis statements, for the sake of time, an easy way to do this to make sure that you do have some analysis in there is start putting in my opinion statements and taking out in my opinion, right? Because your analysis, what you really are giving with this is your opinion on whatever it is you're writing about. So if you're not sure you have it in there or you're really struggling to do it, then again, we have about 3 days to wrap these up. I would put in some of those and make sure every paragraph has analysis. The last part of your body paragraphs should go back to the research question. Evidence from a range of sources is used effectively to support the argument. Again, I'm pushing you guys, please try to we should be hitting double digits in our sources used. To get good marks on this, you should have at least 8 sources. If you're at 3 or 4 sources, it's going to hurt your score here. If you have 3 sources, that's not a range of sources. It doesn't show the IB that you've effectively done a lot of research. So the more sources you have, the better. To a limit, you don't want 20 or 30. It's not that long of a paper, but you want to be somewhere in the 8 to 12 range. There is evaluation of different perspectives. Again, you should be giving what is the other viewpoint to this? Why would there be people out there who disagree with whatever you're arguing? The easiest way to do this is to have simply a counter argument paragraph. The more advanced way that will score you better points is within the paper throughout section 2 to be hitting on that different viewpoint. But again, for the sake of time, if you're still finishing this up and you're struggling with this, do a counter argument paragraph. At least you will have hit different perspective. And the investigation argues to a reasoned conclusion that is consistent with the evidence and arguments provided. Your conclusion at the end of your paper must match what you are writing. No new ideas, no new questions in the conclusion. Your conclusion should essentially summarize what you researched. And if you did a whole bunch of research and it ended up being different than what you thought the outcome was going to be, your conclusion has to match what the research tells you. So be careful of that as you write your conclusions. Again, other thing, if you do not have your in-text citations, it will automatically not pass. You must have not just a works cited page at the end, but throughout section 2, you need to have your in-text citations for anything that is not common knowledge, whether it's a direct quote or you're paraphrasing, right? If it's, George Washington was the first president of the United States, you don't have to cite that. That's something, that's basic common knowledge. Most people know that, right? You wouldn't be expected to cite that. If you put down something about where George Washington received an education or what his experience is like during the, being a member of the British military, that you're going to have to cite. That's not something that just anybody knows. So again, quotes obviously have to be cited, but even if it's just paraphrasing, you still need to cite it.